This is the true joy in life. Being used for a purpose recognized by yourself as a mighty one. Being a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of ailments and grievances. Complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. Beware of false knowledge. It is more dangerous than ignorance. Both optimists and pessimists contribute to society. The optimist invents the aeroplane, the pessimist the parachute. The longer I live, the more convinced am I that this planet is used by other planets as a lunatic asylum. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. People who say it cannot be done should not interrupt those who are doing it. Write your sad times in sand, write your good times in stone. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. The more things a man is ashamed of, the more respectable he is. He who can, does. He who cannot, teaches. Without art, the crudeness of reality would make the world unbearable. The golden rule is that there are no golden rules. There is no love sincerer than the love of food. All great truths begin as blasphemies. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want. And if they can't find them, make them. The only way to avoid being miserable is not to have enough leisure to wonder whether you are happy or not. It is not meant to be easy, my child. But take courage. It can be delightful. The secret to success is to know something nobody else knows. The greatest thing in the world is to know how to belong to oneself. Liberty means responsibility. That is why most men dread it. A fashion is nothing but an induced epidemic. We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Life is no brief candle to me. It is a sort of splendid torch which I have got hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. You see things, and you say, why? But I dream things that never were, and I say, why not? The power of accurate observation is commonly called cynicism by those who have not got it. The moment we want to believe something, we suddenly see all the arguments for it, and become blind to the arguments against it. The only man who behaves sensibly is my tailor. He takes my measurements anew each time he sees me. The rest go on with their old measurements and expect me to fit them. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. Beware of false knowledge. It is more dangerous than ignorance. A government that robs Peter to pay Paul can always depend on the support of Paul. I learned long ago never to wrestle with a pig. You get dirty, and besides, the pig likes it. The worst sin toward our fellow creatures is not to hate them, but to be indifferent to them. That's the essence of inhumanity. The greatest of evils and the worst of crimes is poverty. Our first duty, to which every other consideration should be sacrificed, is not to be poor. Tell us in the comments which wisdom you like the most. If you liked the video, do not forget to press the like button and subscribe to the channel to receive all new updates.